back at it again with WHAAATTT Reading Corner. I am going to read again from this science book. I have loved this. I love that these are kind of short and quick and very engaging and very fun, and we can talk about them. Well, I can talk, you can listen, and hopefully you're talking back. You know what I mean. But I hope we can read another one of these stories today that really interests you. Remember, say what creatures. This is our book. It's about a bunch of different types of creatures. It talks about their lives, what they go on in their lives, crazy stuff that happens, all this kind of stuff. And it kind of answers questions that you never knew before. I have also enjoyed just like flipping through this book on my own, trying to figure out which ones I want to read to y'all. I have very much enjoyed learning about new animals. I'm about to actually read an animal today that I didn't even know was an animal. And it's kind of cool because text feature. It has a table of contents in the front, and it gives you all the different kinds of animals that we're reading about. So if you're like, Miss Chiha, do you only own one book? No, but there is a ton of animals and fun things in here, and I know y'all love your animals, so that's why we're reading it. But yeah, super fun book. If y'all ever want to see if they make more books like this, they probably do, with different things that aren't just animals that kind of answer the world's craziest questions. I'll try to see if I can look it up and maybe find some links and attach it to y'all if y'all are interested in wanting to get a book like this. But yeah, really cool book. So today we are going to talk about an animal that I have not heard about before, and I want to know if y'all have heard about it. So feel free on Google Classroom or wherever it may be, leave me a comment. You can leave a comment on the YouTube videos because this sends you straight to the link. Leave comments. Let me know if you've ever heard of these animals, what you thought. Let me find my page. Y'all know in the classroom I lose my page like 12 million times while we're reading because I get off topic like this. Found it. Okay. Today we're going to read about vampire bats. I don't know about you, but I thought, this might just be ignorant of me, but I thought there was only really one type of bat. I mean, I knew they came in different colors and stuff, but I didn't know that there was something called a vampire bat. But that makes sense because I feel like whenever you hear about vampires, you always hear about bats and how vampires can turn into bats. So that makes sense. But I'm interested. Y'all ever heard of this before? Are there multiple different types of bat species? I bet there are. So I thought this was really cool, and I wanted to read about this because I had no clue what it was. But our question is, are vampire bats the deadliest creatures of the night? Ooh, this is how they look. They look a little scary. I think all the 4th grade teachers and I could admit that if we saw that at the nighttime, we would all think those are very scary and could be deadly because they look very scary. They kind of look like a snake, and we all know I hate snakes. So, Okay, so what do we know? These little creatures land near a cow, a pig, a horse, and sometimes even a human. Unlike other bats, vampire bats are good at walking and running, and they use those skills to sneak closer to their prey. They use a special heat sensor on their noses to locate the best spot to bite, a spot where the blood vessels are just beneath the skin. They make a little cut with their very sharp teeth, and then they start lapping the blood that flows from the cut. A vampire's bat's saliva contains substances called anticoagulants. These keep the blood from clotting, so it keeps the blood trickling out. That's creepy. So basically what that just said is how these bats can land near any type of animal, human, creature, whatever it is, and unlike other bats, so this kind of helps us show the difference between a vampire bat and a regular bat. They're good at walking and running, and they use these to sneak closer to their prey, so they don't have to just rely on flying. They can walk, they can run to their prey, which is really interesting. You've ever seen birds land and they walk or run around in the grass? That's kind of what these bats do. And then they use special heat sensors on their noses to locate the best spot to bite. And it's usually a spot where the blood vessels are just beneath the skin. And then they bite and suck the blood. And they have a type of special substance in their saliva that allows them to keep the blood from clotting. So basically it lets the blood just keep flowing. That is creepy. So are they the deadliest creatures? What do y'all think? I'm going to hide this, but look at our little friend again. Do you think he is the deadliest creature of the night? I'm going to give you a few seconds. Think about all the other creatures that roam at night. Oh, okay, welcome back. So, nope, not at all. I am shocked. I don't know if y'all are shocked, but these are not the deadliest creatures. Yes, they do emerge at night, and yes, they do drink blood. But while they are definitely vampire-ish, they are not deadly. Lots of nocturnal animals, bobcats and coyotes, to name just a couple, are potentially way more dangerous. Vampire bats are so gentle that their prey doesn't even wake up. The bat can keep feeding for up to 30 minutes, all without being detected. So that is very interesting. I would not have guessed that, but I guess I really didn't think of like bobcats and coyotes and all those kinds of things, which they are also very scary animals at night. There's also a little section right here. I love these when it says the what, and it has like a little fun fact. It says, vampire bats have especially long thumbs. They use their thumbs to help them push off and jump up to take off after an especially big meal. And then it says, yuck. All right, well, this one was definitely the creepiest and weirdest one we've read about so far, but I thought it was kind of interesting. Like I said, didn't know about different types of bats. Did you? Like I talked about in our last reading we read, if you want to keep like a little paper with you and every time we read, you can write down the animal and a couple fun facts, and by the end of our readings, you'll have a ton of animals and little fun facts that you can go back through and look at all different types of different animals and impress people with all your great fun facts. So we'll be back with more from our favorite science book. Bye y'all. See you next